A fantastic game. Auburn came out quick and they had the momentum from yesterday, and then the Trojans really played their game all the way through, but Gonzaga, cold in the first half, started to get into their rhythm in the second half, and you could see them keep the floor stretched and just keep that pace going, and just that relentless Gonzaga prep game style that they play just really took its toll on Auburn. Auburn having the last look in the regulation, trying to get it. Daniel Johnson just not able to finish. He finished the game with 26 points, 8 rebounds, a great effort by the Trojans. But on the other side, for the Bullpups, Carter Nielsen ended up with 15 points to be the leading scorer, but they were able to get a lot of transition buckets, and so a lot of people were able to get points on the board for the Bullpups. But I'll tell you, it was Jackson Mott's game that really showed, because Brogan Howell had 14 points, but Mott, on the other hand, had 13 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and then he just did a great job on defense, getting hands in the passing lane, just creating problems on the offensive end for the Trojans that translated into those fast break buckets for Gonzaga Prep.
Well, it is time to name our game MVP in today's game. It's brought to you by Thorbeck's Wellness Centers. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thorbeck's. A little bit of a spoiler, Nick Beckman and Jackson Mott, all-around performance, offense, defense, worthy enough for MVP honors. Absolutely.
Sorry, I jumped the gun on that, but I was really impressed with how well Jackson Mott played. I mean, he ended up getting the game winner to put him up by 3 with that setting up on the left side of the block and then taking it right into the contact, that left hand off the glass, able to put it up 53-50 to put the pressure on the Trojans to have to make a 3 in that final possession versus it being a 2-point basket or a 1-point game where the Trojans have an opportunity to make the choice. So by pushing that out beyond the arc, it really made Gonzaga easy. I mean, it made the inside of the arc another defender.
Yeah, it did. And a quick transition play for Gonzaga Prep, worthy enough to send them to the semifinals of the state tournament. That's all the time that we have for today's broadcast. Special thank you to everyone who makes this broadcast possible. For Nick Beckman, I'm Danny Bach saying so long and take care. And thanks for letting us be a part of your afternoon. Your final score, Gonzaga Prep 53, Auburn 50. Gonzaga Prep to play tomorrow at 3:45 against Glacier Peak. Auburn will play at 9 a.m. against Camas. So long, everyone.
Come on, man. You're right. I should have focused on England's play. The Isaiah England play, his defense there. You're right. Absolutely. I'm with you. I'm giving you props. You're right. Oh, I don't know how to produce.
I'm not. Who's on this?
It's me. I don't know how to do that, so I don't know.
No one knows how to produce?
I don't know how.
Okay.
I mean, I've never clicked it. I don't know the rhythm. Well, what?
Wait, who is?
Am I not going anywhere? I'm not play-by-play on this one?
Wait.
Oh, I could sit right here.
Wait, are you? Wait a minute.
I think they might have you.
No. Nick, you're doing play-by-play.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Okay, I can produce for now, but I want to take a break.
Yeah, absolutely. You need to get up. That'd be good, because we sat here for a long time.
No. Well, I'll get you guys up. What's that?
I don't want to do all the ads like the sheet, just like the scoreboard stuff.
You're not doing a scoreboard. All you have to do is the ads, yeah. Oh, okay.
Beautiful. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm just a guy who talks a lot. Right. Is that, where's the envelope for that last game? Right here.
Okay, I can take that to Paul.
10:30, great. That's this and that. Here's this.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I'll take that. Okay, let me clear all my crap out of the way.
Not a problem.
be right there.
So you Ryland? Nick Beckman, nice to meet you, Ryland. Hey, Mark Cox, what do you say? You know me, I'm in my happy place if I'm courtside. I got one on, and there's one right over here. Oh, no, Danny just took that away. We got that one right there. That can be for Ryland right there. If he's going to sit there, you and me sit right here. All right. So we'll give that to Ryland there, huh? Okay, yeah, settle, man. Just settle. Well, what? Lackady? Oh, not a lacricity? Okay.
Okay, so he knows Glacier Peak. He's done games.
No, Richland.
We got Richland. Very nice.
I also did a Central Valley game earlier in the year.
Very nice.
Yeah, but you're more, just to give him some context. You can be.
I like it.
So I talked to both coaches. Here's the starting lineups for you.
Very nice. Thank you.
And I talked to both coaches, and so what they're saying is this: their transition team, the key's they're gonna try to stop. They're gonna try to stop their transition, and they shoot from the three. They're methodical in the half-court game. So those are some of the themes to kind of watch real early.
I love that. Thank you.
And this is the first time they're playing in the dome. And then he said, the coach said, you know what? At home, we play in a similar environment. So we can bring that up because people will say, right, they played yesterday, so their depth should be okay. All right. Okay, this is your packet.
Okay. How about will you give me that highlights sheet just so I can write stuff on that one that's there? The little short one?
It's your packet.
There you go. Thanks,
Yeah.
man. I just keep that here just
What
so.
happened to this half?
What's that?
We didn't get the half sheet.
Well, because they're on the same page.
So here.
Works out nice, huh?
Didn't even notice. Okay, do you need that there?
Nah, I mean that can go somewhere else if you don't like it there. The brackets are right there.
I think there's an updated bracket.
That's what that is right there. That's up to right now to the last game.
Well, I'll be damned. Let's go there. Go there.
This is game 14.
What do you guys want to do pregame?
We can start anytime. Okay. Game 15. Oh, this is. Yeah, game 15 here. So it's Ryland Hubbard and Masvida Maraari.
Mara Ire. Masvida Mara Ire.
Maraire.
Perfect. We both
Mara
got
Ire.
stats. Do we need one stats? Can we do?
No, we can turn that off. Yeah, absolutely. I'll turn this one off.
that?
That's beautiful. Love that. Team game, baby. Team game.
Always. Always. Damn. You want to throw me the starters again? I didn't.
Yes, for Richland, 1, 3. And welcome to the Tacoma Dome, day number 2. We've got game number 15 on tap if you're following along in your brackets. I'm Nick Beckman with Masvita Maraire and Ryland Hubbard. We've got a great courtside position here right at half court for this third game of the second day. The first 2 games of the day have gone to overtime, 3 versus 5 and 1 versus 2. And now we've got number 4 seed versus number 6 seed. Maz, what do you see coming up in this matchup today?
Well, you know, I was here for the first overtime game. Hopefully, we'll make it 3-0, 3 in a row. I don't know, Nick. I don't know. But what we will see is we're going to see 2 teams kind of contrasting styles. You know, so adjustments are going to be the key here. Contrasting in that Richland is going to want to get up and down, transition. They're going to want to shoot the ball, talk to their coach early, and that's what they do. And then obviously West Valley on the other end there, they're more of a half-court game, and so they're going to try to get in the half-court set. So West Valley is going to try to stop Richland's Bombers transition game, while I predict Richland is probably going to try to press West Valley and not let them set up in their half court. But Ryland, Ryland, you've done both of these. What do you see?
And honestly, right now, I think you did a great job at analyzing that perfectly. I think Richland, as you said, they're going to come out extremely fast. They have a fast-paced offense compared to Central Valley. It's kind of a slower, more methodical way, but Richland's going to come out shooting exactly as you said. They have multiple shooters on this team. West Valley, they're going to look to go more down low with their big, along with Landon Burley, who's going to come along, maybe hit a couple of three-pointers and really attack the inside.
So we've got a good matchup, and this one sounds a lot like the last game that we just saw, where Gonzaga Prep really stayed in the game in the first half by getting that transition buckets, getting out early, getting guys released, and then keeping that ball, beating the defense down with a long pass. Yeah,
Nick, you're a basketball savant, and it all comes down to rebounding, right? On the offensive end and on the defensive end. Defensive end, you get it, you're on your way. Offensive end, you get extra shots. So I really think that's going to be the key, from both teams.
Well, and that's exactly it. I mean, fundamental basketball, it's one of the things I like about basketball is I'm a simple person. I'm a simple man. I'm not a deep thinker. So I like fundamental basketball because basketball is an easy game. You got to do the things that matter. You got to set picks. You got to rebound the basketball. You have to do things to open up the floor. Gonzaga showed their great style of play by keeping that floor spread, keeping the lane open that allowed those cutters to come in, and then those timely passes happen. Auburn did a great job in this previous game of defending that paint for the first half, but the relentless pressure of Gonzaga just really showed why they're the number 1 and coming in now with 17 wins in a row. And this is going to be a time for us to take a break, and we'll be right back with game number 3 of day number 2. It's the Richland Bombers and the West Valley Rams up next on the NFHS Network.
Yeah, perfect. All right, we got
So we'll end up doing more of the talking then, I guess.
Yeah, I want to get Ryland involved.
No. It's pretty easy. Once we get it done with the opening, I can watch the game. All I have to do, I just load this up.
No. I don't mean in a bad way.
The pregame is the hardest because you have to load up like 6 of them. But from here on out, it's just
beautiful.
Yeah.
Out of the way, kid. You got to carry the old guys. We're a little bit heavy, but we try not to be too much of a load.
Yeah, no.
Just speak for yourself. You know how I roll. You know how I'm rolling.
Yeah. No, we're good. I'm excited.
So this is number 4 versus number 6, right? Richland 4, West Valley 6.
And then
the winner goes.
Do you guys want to talk about, once we get back from this, we have 1 minute left. Once I do introductions, you want to go back and talk about what the winner goes?
I think so, yeah. We're going to talk about winners moving on because where they go, they're going to play the winner of the next game, the Puyallup and Mount Si game.
Perfect.
So I'll just talk about how the brackets were set up. The seeding seems to be right because the top 8 teams are in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
1 through 8. And we've saw 3 versus 5 and 1 versus 2. Now it's 4 versus 6 and coming up 1 versus 8. Or what is it? 7 versus 8 for the winner to go on and play in the semis.
That sets up nicely.
All right, 5 seconds.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Dome. This is WIAA State Basketball Championships brought to you by Giza Credit Union. All the live championship action is on the NFHS network. I'm Nick Beckman with Ryland Hubbard and Masvita Maraire, and we have got a great game on tap. This day is set up really nice in the second day of the brackets. The brackets have worked out through seeds 1 through 8 are playing in the quarterfinals. We saw 2 versus 1. The last game went to overtime. 3 versus 5 went to overtime. And now it's the number 4 Richland Bombers and the number 6 West Valley Rams matching up. Ryland, what do we see going forward for these teams?
We see going forward, obviously right now, one of them's going to have to play against either Puyallup or Mount Si team. As you said, both 2 big teams, Mount Si obviously losing Lafford, one of their biggest players. So you might have a little bit of strategy coming to that one if they win this game later on tonight. But Richland, obviously a bigger team, outmatches most teams in this bracket. But right here, they're kind of meeting their match right now with the Rams, having overall a team matching up just as big as size of them, especially with their 2 big ones, Landon Burley, who can just score anywhere around the court, along with his teammate, Kaylor Valdivinos, so they have 2 big guards. They're able to kind of do anything around the court. And so I think tonight we're just going to have a back and forth battle.
Absolutely. Kaylor Valdivinos, the 6'2 junior forward. And Maz, where do you see this starting out? As Richland played yesterday and got a good win, and then West Valley had to have the day off. So what does it look like? They had a travel day yesterday. So what are we looking for out of these teams? One team that's coming with momentum and another team that needs to get their Tacoma Dome feel for them. But this isn't that unique of a place for them to play.
No, and we said at the top that the coach said that they practice kind of, their gym is kind of set up this way, and that is that, it's not like this, but it's set up to where there's gaps in there, and it's so there's space behind. Like most gyms, you've got your court, and then there's kind of wall right there. But I tell you, I'm looking at number 23, Parker Mills. I'm going to keep an eye on the big fella right there and see kind of what tone he sets.
Parker Mills, the big kid in the middle. He's in the jump circle. As we get ready to tip this one off, it's Parker Mills and Lance Horvet in the game. And the Bombers will start with the first possession. And there's defense played by the Rams. There's a steal taken away by Landon Burley. And there's Burley. Ryland, you talked about him early. Getting in the passing lane and making a great play to save the ball inbounds and put it out of bounds off the Bombers.
Exactly. He kind of took advantage of the Bombers feeling so rushed. Wasn't very methodical there with the offensive first possession. And as you said, Burley's so talented. He just took over instantly.
So the Rams with the ball. And that's Parker Mills setting up on that low right block. Burley, nice little pass inside. Good hands by Tyler Valdivinos. And Valdivinos will get it through the contact and get it up off the glass. Count the bucket for Valdivinos.
That's a good move down along the baseline there, and he got it on the left side of the rim. Saw kind of the open space there, kind of slid through, got the bucket in there, and then converted on the 3.
Nice opening possession for the Rams. Actually, they put that on the wrong side. It's 3-0. And Richland with the ball now, looking to see what they can do down low. Lance Hornvet on that left block. Nice little right hand. Good touch by the big fella. Hornvet, the 6'8 junior. Parker Mills isolated on that right block. Big shot off the glass by Parker Mills. Nice soft touch by the big fella. Northrop will get it up off the rim. And foul going to be called. Tap in afterwards. Won't count, obviously.
We talked about how fast these two teams would play pace-wise, and they're living up to it perfectly in this minute 15. Both of them just moving so fast in transition right now, just trying to get right to the rack, draw any contact they can.
Landon Northrop able to draw the contact on the foul. He'll knock down the free throw. Free throw's good for Northrop. It's a 1-point ball game. Rams come across the timeline. And that's Austin Burley with the ball. He'll get it down inside to Mills in the paint. Mills a little right-hand flick. Can't find the rim, and there's the Bombers pushing it up the floor. Jackson Woodard lost the handle. Good job by Woodard to collect that ball and keep it in the hands of the Bombers. The three look from the wing by Northrop. A long rebound out to Richland. Northrop to Hornbeck. Ball off the rebound, pulled down by Valdovinos. And here come the Rams. Parker hit, the pass intercepted. Great steal in the basket, Josiah Sakal.
Yeah, Sakai jumped the lane there. He saw where the ball was going, picked it off, and he was on his way down the court.
And that was very characteristic of Skako, their Defensive Player of the Year in their conference in the MCC.
And a great bucket by Parker Mills to answer on the other end as he gets that low block position, and Northrop going to draw the contact going up and get the bump.
Northrop is probably, we did their game yesterday, and the most complete player, just in terms of his ability, decision making, athleticism, and also he's a basketball player. He's a two-sport kind of player, but he is like a coach out there on the court.
Good decision right there to see that opportunity right there on the right block and get the bump, get the ball up off the rim to gain the 2 free throws. And you can see he's comfortable there with that shot. Great rotation on that free throw. It goes through the rim.
Northrop shooting 90% from the free throw line this season. So basically every single time he comes up there, he's going to make one.
So he's looking to get those trips to the line as he's 4 for 4 as we get early part of this game. West Valley down by 1, 8-7. Great take to the rim. That's Austin Burley. A couple dribbles at the top, and then he took the left side of the lane and went all the way to the rack. Northrop on that left wing. Get the high pick. Little two-man game on the left side. Great pass by Northrop. And the finish by Silent Kaiser Kawani.
Yeah, Kisa Kahane, he's not going to put up a lot of points for you per game, but he's this defensive anchor and rebound anchor for this team. Great leader.
Kisa Kahane with a great finish off that pass. A long rebound out to the Bombers, and they're going to push, but the Rams doing a good job of getting back on defense.
They are. They're clogging up that middle.
Little bump foul called up on top. It's Northrop. Again,
the aggressiveness of Northrop and that matchup when he's going against number 12 there, Brandon Kleisner. That's a mismatch there, just only because of the first step. If that matchup is lower, I think it's okay. But up top, Northrop, we talked about that first foot. He's quick. Dribble, drive, penetration.
Landon Burley was able to deflect that pass away, and Parker Mills comes away with it. And here comes the Rams right inside, and Parker Hill doing a good job to maintain his balance and then get that reverse up off the left side. Richland with the ball in the front court. Pull up with Josiah Sakau. West Valley with the rebound. Burley with a little step back. As both teams not shy about putting the ball up. And speaking of that, there's Landon Northrop. First look three, and he'll come down and knock it in.
Maz, you were talking about earlier how good Landon is inside, but if you're doing your homework as a team, you see how many three-pointers he hit yesterday, and there he does exactly what he did well last night.
Absolutely.
Wow, little step back. That's Parker Mills. You were talking about
That's the
Parker
big
Mills.
fella.
Want to pay attention.
Round mound of sound. You remember Biscuit from that big guy from Auburn. You remember Charles
Absolutely.
Barkley.
6'6" junior, showing his touch. And that's a tough little mid-range jumper from 8 feet stepping back in the
Come on
line.
now.
Yeah.
Come on now.
23, Parker Mills. First personal foul.
Mills going to get called for the reach foul there. His first, 14th foul, so 3:19 to go. So West Valley with 4. The next one will put the Bombers in the bonus.
That's a bit of an issue there.
Edwards and Moore checked in for Skako and Calhane, so Schweifert making a quick change.
Loose ball foul called on the rebound. Bombers doing a good job of tapping it and keeping it alive. And that's going to put Richland in shooting free throws. I mean, that's that 15th foul right there.
That was quick.
Yeah, good box out there, and we talked about it, right? Rebounding offense, offensive rebounding gets you more shots. Defensive rebounding nullifies the other team so that you can stop them in transition.
Yeah,
so
absolutely, Bombers doing a good job of tapping that ball and creating that contact. And the referees saw the foul on the Rams. As Hornvet's second free throw falls out. Austin Burley will bring it up, guarded by Northup. Rams has set up their half-court offense, as we know they're going to do. Burley with the ball. That's Landon at the free throw line. Spin move to right to left, and off the glass it goes. Landon Burley, great move, one-on-one play. Burley did that all by himself. Got in the paint and made a great shot.
Absolutely, Nicky created space, penetrated and levitated, and then just threw up a nice, easy floater.
Oh, that's going to be 2 on Parker Mills. So he's going to pick up his second and as many trips down the floor.
Like it looked like you knew that one right away off the shot.
That's, Parker just tried to close out on that. Hornvet made him lean in and get the contact. Mills, you can see, heading to the bench as he's going to have to take a seat with 2 early fouls with 2:31 left to go in the first.
And that's not something you want to see at Central Valley right now. We saw how efficient he is downside with those floaters and turn-away shots, and he looks so smooth with it. As long as that presence in the paint, this is a tough loss for Central Valley early.
Absolutely. Kyler Valdivino's back in the game for West Valley, but that's going to be the thing, is it's going to make you open up that paint down there and make it so the Bombers don't have someone that they have to focus on down low. And now we'll see what the Rams can do with their cutting offenses. And then Burley sets up with an isolation on the left side. Skip pass over. The 3-look falls in, a great look. That was Jeff Bremerman with the 3-look on the skip pass from Burley.
My scoreboard people there are a little.
I keep looking up and I have to look away because it looks like they're not clear on which side's getting the bucket. There's a bucket for West Valley.
I mean, green and white.
And the Rams, the Rams get the ball back after the bucket by the Bombers. And that long 3 is off by Burley. Just drew the glass. They're able to collect a long rebound, and West Valley with another possession. 1:28 to go. Burley will take another look, and that's the same result. That's 2 shots in the same spot. Both of them, unfortunately, wide left by about a foot.
Yeah.
Northup going to get called for the foul. Boy, that's 7 fouls in this first quarter.
Yeah, he's going to the line. Northrop's going to get 2 shots here. To your point, the 7 fouls by West Valley here are an issue. So,
and it seems like they're all just mental errors here. Fouls that were very avoidable. It's not shooting fouls. They're just reaching in, being a little bit too aggressive. So that's an adjustment that they can make coaching later on in this game. Just kind of relax off. Don't be so touchy and all over the place.
Well, that's Burley with a slap foul. And the thing is that's his second. So now he's got 2. Parker Mills has 2, and they're 2 of their most effective players for the Rams. So, and it might be an issue of them trying to get into the rhythm of this game early because they didn't play yesterday. And Richland, with that fast court tempo, pushing the ball up the floor, is not really giving them a sense to be able to come back and get established on defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so you're absolutely right, but you got a minute here, so, and this is what I like about the new rules, 2 years into effect, the 5 fouls in a quarter. So yeah, you go in and you talk about that hey, let's just get back on defense and let's not do, like Ryland is saying, that, the needless fouls, be patient on defense and just wait for it. And that's an easy adjustment that one can make.
Jackson Woodard into the game, and he'll give Northrop a break for this last minute 16 to go.
We got our scoreboard fixed.
Richland on top by 2. It's Richland 20, West Valley 18.
Yeah, Reese King, the official there, noticed that.
There's a nice little turnaround jumper. That's Austin Burley with the answer there. We're tied at 20. A minute left to go in this first period of play. Almost a call of play as Hornvet with the ball on that left side. Pass knocked away. Burley with the ball. They left him open, and he's going to make him pay. As the Bombers went to find somebody, Austin Burley turned around. There was nobody there. He said, I'll step beyond the arc and knock this one down.
I'm your Huckleberry.
Yeah, there's Hornvet, Lance Hornvet, with a nice play in the lane. The lead back to 1. Burley with the ball. He's guarded out on top by Braylon Edwards. Edwards giving him a little bit of space. A high pick, and they'll switch that. The foul going to be called out on top.
Josiah Scacco just being a little bit too physical, trying to get a steal there. I mean, obviously, probably feeling a little bit frustrated after he went down the court with Burley and just let him shoot a wide open look. So
only the second team foul on Richland.
Are you all right with this here? You're putting in Parker Mills with 2 fouls.
The
last 4.8 seconds here.
I would
the defense.
I mean, just on the offensive side, I'm not sure if they don't get him the ball. You just don't want to. I mean, he get a foul on that rebound right there. Yeah. I mean, trying to go back up. Me as a coach, that's not something I do with 4.8 to go in the first quarter of a basketball game. And we'll get a break. We're 23-22, West Valley Rams on top of the Richland Bombers. We'll be right back to the Tacoma Dome for more WIAA State Championship basketball.
How's your rhythm? Are you good?
Yeah, I think so. You guys are doing a great job of filling in, and thank you very much. I mean, I'm trying to leave space. That's why I'm trying not to be that radio play-by-play guy where I got to fill every second of the play.
And what helps is that you're pausing. You know what I'm saying? And I think also it's okay for us to not fill in when you pause.
Absolutely. No,
Nothing
absolutely.
wrong with every so often. So I think we're great.
Right, and that's what I was just going to say. I think we've got a nice little flow going on there where if there's something to fill in, I want to leave that space for you, but I don't want them to be pregnant pauses where it's like, well, why isn't anybody talking? I'm just leaving enough space where I can take a breath, and if you guys want to add something, you're welcome to jump in without me prompting you and saying, hey, what'd you think about that? I mean, it's one thing if it's just 2 of us, but with 3 of us, finding that space and that rhythm to not talk over each other, I think is very important.
Yeah, and it's okay to have a little pause without nothing.
Absolutely, the video doesn't work.
It gives you that moment to pause, and then okay, great.
All right, we have 5 seconds, so we've timed it just about perfect for the inbound. 2, 1.
And this is the WIAA State Basketball Championships brought to you by Giesa Credit Union. All live championship action is on the NFHS Network. I'm Nick Beckman with Maz Vida excuse me, Maz.
You got it.
I know it. I had it. And Ryland Hubbard right here making sure that we stay on time and on task.
And on air.
Absolutely. Austin Burley gets it down to Parker Mills.
Most importantly.
As Mills back out there with his 2 fouls. They brought him in for the last 4.8 seconds of the first quarter. And Hornvet with a jumper from the top of the key, the long 2 rims off. And sometimes that's what it takes, is getting to the floor. As Keisler Kohani making the play, keeping the ball alive, and a loose ball foul called as that ball gets pinballed around.
Yeah, and West Valley doing a good job right now. I mean, they're letting Northrop shoot, and he's missed those last 2 deep 3-pointers. But I don't know how much longer you want to keep doing that. Me and you, Maz, we watched him last night. Started to a really cold start. Didn't look great, and then all of a sudden he started pulling up from NBA range, and it was not a good sight.
Yeah, Ryland, to that point, I totally agree. I mean, he's missed 2. The chance of him missing 3 in a row, especially, uncontested, highly unlikely.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
So Hornvet picks up his first as the Rams take it to the rim. And there's Landon Burley back on the floor. Burley had to sit in that first quarter as he picked up his second. He's right back into the rhythm of the game for the Rams. Northup over to Hornvet. Back to Woodard. Woodard will find Hornvet inside. Nice little dish inside to Keisha Kahani. Sacco will get that ball out on the wing. Skip pass over to Woodard. Shot clock winding down. Woodard off the glass. Rebound battled around. Richland doing a good job of getting hands on those loose balls.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, Nick, and they're not poking. There's a difference between getting your hands on the ball and not poking, and that was a great defensive set for them right there. Yeah.
And that's exactly the point. Is they're not slapping at the ball; they're tapping it away and trying to get it to their players. Is Brant Nieser with the screen got just run over by Lance Hornvet, and the referee's called a foul on the away from the ball. As Hornvet picks up his second now with 6:19 to go in the second.
Yeah, you can't really run through the screen. You kind of got to go around there, and you know, that sounds so easy to say that, but it's tough in the moment of battle, because what happens, you're looking one way, your man goes the other way, so you try to get there, so there's an obstacle in the way. So human reactions, you're going to try to go through that, and you cannot do that.
Well, that's what I love about this game, is those kind of things. Is the screen set by Nieser, and then he knocks down the three as he went around on that baseline and found an open space in the corner.
That was a tough shot as well. Right over 6'8", Lance Hornvet coming around there. And, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that.
Rams up by 6 on that three. The long rebound off. And there's Parker Mills going up high.
Big fella.
Absolutely. And that's what he went up with 2 hands big and high. And there's a tap away, just what we just talked about. Quick hands. And that's Josiah Sacco with a great tap away and then finish at the rim.
I just said he was the defensive player of the year in their conference, and he makes plays just like that. I mean, that's why he got it. You know, in transition, it's so hard playing one-on-one with him, trying to dribble away from Sacco with that long wingspan.
Well, and that's what we were talking about on the loose balls. They just got quick hands where they're not really slapping at it, but they're with purpose going for the ball. Parker Mills setting up on that left block. He's going to go through the contact. Parker Mills, little flex after the bucket.
Throw it down.
I like Parker Mills. He went from that left block, spun into the paint, into the defense, and that 2-man, it didn't bother him. He just went up through it.
And Maz, you were hyping him up way before this pregame, saying this is a guy to watch, and he is proving your point right now. I see why you're this excited.
I mean, you see a specimen like that. I mean, come on now.
Yep, you don't get to see a lot of big kids with his agility on the floor. Great hands and actually even better feet.
He's got big calves, you know what I'm saying?
That's a great play by the Bombers. And Northwood gets the ball from Hornvet, and that's Richland Bomber basketball right there. A little 2-man game on that left side. High post getting down low.
And going back to why does it matter with big calves? Because you're able to push off, you're able to move up and down.
Sacco to the rim, and that's Woodard getting the ball out, and there's the Bombers basketball right there, pushing it up the floor off the missed basket. Parker Mills. It's easy to assume that you're going to get the player control foul there. And I'm glad the official didn't buy that. I mean, he went down and he got bumped, but you know what? You got to establish that legal defensive position to get that call in the first place.
And it's tough when you've got 6'6", you know, on the north side of, 200 coming at you.
Absolutely. And the 3 rims out. Parker Hill's 3 rims out. Bombers quickly down the other end. Northup with the ball. He'll get it over to Woodard. Woodard over to Hornvet, and Hornvet will knock down the 3.
I mean, all we've been talking about is Mills right now being such an exceptional center right there. Lance Hornvet at 6'8", moves a little bit like a small guard. I mean, you don't see a lot of big players like that move so smoothly and pull up in a jumper right off the dribble.
Well, West Valley didn't close out on him, and he said, okay, fine, I'll knock this down. And there's Woodard in the passing lane as Burley looking for help. Wow, That's it. Jackson Woodard to steal in the basket. He'll get the bump in the bucket as well.
I mean, Jackson Woodard getting the spot right now, a little bit just like his older brother Josh Woodard last year, leading Richland to the state championship with 3 big steals already. And in transition, that contact doesn't inflict anything with him at all. He just gets that bucket easily.
Great finish there by Woodard to take that little contact and then just keep his focus and get the ball off the glass and lay it up and in, and he'll go to the line to shoot 1. And the Bombers on a run. They're on an 8-0 run.
Yeah, absolutely. We got a little 8-0 run going on here. And it came about, as you're both saying, that they're jumping the routes and anticipating that pass without making any contact with the offensive player.
And Nick, you've just been preaching quick hands all day long, and you have not eaten your words a bit. The Bombers have just been proving that for you.
Well, Parker Mills with the skip pass over to Burley. Austin to Landon, as Landon will take it down the lane, and they're going to wave off the bucket. Great take by Landon all the way to finish the shot, but the foul going to be called on the floor as he got grabbed on the driving. Great first step by Landon Burley when he got that pass from Austin on top to get right to the hoop and get that momentum going north and south right up to the rim and get into the lane and draw that contact.
And that's the key on that move, right? I mean, you go laterally, but just for a shimmy, and then the shammies, you're going to go straight to the basket. And what happens is then the defender is off balance.
Yeah, and as good as a defender, we've been talking about Skako in this first half. There's just really nothing you can do because of that quick first step.
Well, you get the shimmy and the shammy, you know.
That's it. You got nothing but shine after that.
I got nowhere else to go.
Burley knocks down the second free throw. And just as we saw in the first quarter that Richland got into the bonus early with 3 minutes to go, West Valley's now in the bonus with 5 team fouls on the Bombers. So that 1 point by Burley from the free throw line stops an 8-0 run, and there's a nice quick hands. And that was Logan Bremer getting the ball away, and Austin Burley going to go up and draw the contact. And so there's another foul on Richland.
So, you know, Nick and Trailer, when you see this where one quarter, one team has all the fouls, the second quarter, it kind of, it flips, is a lack of adjustment by one team, because that means the officials are calling a consistent game.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But they're not adjusting in terms of what the officials are calling.
Well,
go ahead.
Exactly. Well, that's what I like about basketball. So many people say, oh, look at how many fouls I got. That has nothing to do with the game of basketball. Style of play dictates how the fouls happen.
Yeah.
If you're taking it to the rim, which West Valley is doing, that's creating those fouls. If you're shooting threes from the outside, you're not going to get a lot of fouls called, because there's a Bomber three right there. Off the rim it goes. A good job by Austin Burley to track down that rebound.
That's some good words from the basketball savant there.
Well, it's a simple game. Knock it down. Hit the three, see the three, knock down the three as Austin Burley ties it back up at 34. Burley with a hand on Woodard's hip and knocked away by Hornvet. And there's Parker Mills to pick it up off the floor. We're tied at 34 with just over 2 minutes to go, and Jackson Woodard with just too much contact out there on top. Too far away from the hoop to try to create that foul, because they're in the bonus. Fouls right now are going to send the Rams to the line. Landon Burley just too good of a player to give him these free points.
Landon Burley only 1 for 4 in the last 4 free throws he shot right now, so mentally he's got to get himself in the right space right now.
Well, and that's what the free throw opportunities do. It allows you to kind of slow the game down a little bit and get into that headspace. He knows how many free throws he's missed, so he's going to step up. But great shooters don't worry about the shots they've missed. They're looking at the next shot they're going to make.
Absolutely.
As he goes 1 for 2 from the line again, but the 1 point lead for the Rams as the clock winds down to 2 minutes left in this first half of play. Bombers with the ball in the front court. Nice little pass inside to Kiesel Kahani and Woodard on top. And get inside to Lance Hornvet. And Hornvet, just a nice little turn to the rim and get it up and over. Keeping that ball up high. Lead back to Richland as we go back and forth here. Nathan Moore, number 32, back in the game for the Bombers. There's Landon Burley with a little pull up. That's a little 8-foot jumper right in the paint over the defense. And nice touch in the paint.
Well, Nick, it's to your point, keep it simple. You know what I'm saying? You drive in there, once you find some separation, just levitate and take that shot. You need to get too extra fancy once you're inside that key.
Moore will get it down inside to Hornvet on that right below block. Little step back raise, and off the rim it comes. Off the backboard, tapped out of bounds, last touch by Richland. So Rams will get the ball with 1:04 to go. Up by 1, 37-36. And this is what you expect in quarterfinal basketball. You expect a close basketball game where teams are going to go on runs. That's what basketball is all about, playing defense, getting stops, and getting your buckets on one end. But then the other team's going to do the same to you. And we've seen that in both quarters. At that high pick right there, boy, you got to get set. And that's a timing issue that gets that created, is when the dribbler almost always creates that team control foul on the guy setting the screen who gets the call on the pick, but it's because the dribbler didn't time the run right and give the guy time to establish himself.
Time and distance are relative when you're setting the screen. That is what the rule book says in terms of that. So, but you have to allow him enough space to turn.
And a lot of times, though, that dribbler is just in too big of a hurry to not let his teammate get established. Nice little dump down inside as Northrop got it to Lance Hornvet. And Hornvet, you know, that's a hustle play. Get to the floor. Oh, they got to call a kick there. Yeah. Okay. It's just, you know, there's 3 referees. One of them had to see that foot come off the floor.
The trail's always going to see that.
Yeah,
because he's the plays in front of him. That's why he came and got that. That's a great call right there.
Well, that's what I love about the 3-man crew, is because one of the angles is going to give them an opportunity to see that ball. Depending on where you're at, there's a lot of guys right around that ball, a lot of guys on the floor, and just a leg came up, and it just, Hornvet, he just literally got a foot on the ball there. So.
He intentionally kicked the ball.
Yeah.
It's not like smart play.
Rams, the shot clock turned off, down to 10 in the half. A nice little bounce pass. Landon Burley will get that ball from Parker Mills, and Burley up and over. And last 2 buckets by the Rams are Landon Burley's credit. I'll give West Valley the 3-point lead as they head to the locker room. We've got 2 great quarters in the books and 2 more left to play. We're at the Tacoma Dome for the WIAA State Championships. We'll take a quick break and be back with a little halftime chat.
All right, we have about 3 minutes.
Nice, good half, fellas.
Maz, you think I could see that? Schedule right there? It's right above his headset. I just want to check this out.
Ladies and gentlemen, halftime entertainment. Please welcome your West Valley Ram varsity cheerleaders.
Like that. The restaurants are like, what are the concessions?
Oh, they're concessions. It's tenders and tots, or
Thank you, guys. I just borrowed that for a second, Maz.
hey, cool. I get another one with you. We go to the girls' floor. Yeah, we got to break the 2 o'clock game. Yeah. Yeah, I want to watch up you all from outside games.
Yeah, so do I.
What's that? Yeah, we could. I'm 11 miles away. No, literally 11 miles from my driveway to my parking spot. Almost exactly. Yesterday it took me 40 minutes to get here.
Oh man, I mean,
I got caught behind a bus driving down for the first 4 miles. I'm following a bus every other road to stop. And
I mean, I'm stuck here for another 4 days left. However, I'm still like 4 hours away from you.
oh yeah?
Yeah, Tri-Cities.
Oh, there you go. Nice.
So first we're gonna, let's see, halftime. So we're gonna talk for about, We could do about like 5 minutes of talking, basically, and then we'll go into another break, and then we'll do a halftime open. So, like, if you guys, we can talk about basically like how the first half was, how they played, and then for about 4 minutes, just kind of talk about some of the stats and stuff like that. And then
Burley's with 10 each, and then Northrop and Hornibet with 14 and 11.
Yeah, and then right after that, we can talk about. Then our second break, we can talk about what they could do in the second half. All right, we have 3 seconds.
Set the scene.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Dome. This is the WIAA State Basketball Championships, brought to you by Gisa Credit Union. All the live championship action is on the NFHS network. Welcome to the John L. Scott Realty Halftime Show. Get a free market analysis on your property for Southwest Washington. Contact Laura Lee Zuber at the Centralia John L. Scott office. I'm Nick Beckman with Masvita Marari, and we are with Rylan Hubbard, making sure we are staying on track and on time. This halftime is really an opportunity for us to talk about what went down in the first half. Tale of 2 quarters. First quarter, West Valley was in foul trouble, and Richland ended up getting in a little foul trouble of their own in the second half to keep it going. There was an 8-point run by Richland to go from a 26 to 30 score up to 34 to 30, but then West Valley answered with a 9-2 run to finish out the quarter. 39 to 36 is our halftime score. Mas, what'd you see in that first 16 minutes of play?
Well, I mean, I think it's going back to what you said, right? The difference in the 2 quarters. And part of that, I also, not only was it adjustment, but I think it was adjustment in terms of the players as well and the style. So credit the opponent on each one of those in how they were able to nullify each other. We talked about it at the top of the, at the top of the show here. We said that Richland was going to try to run, so they're able to do that for a little bit. Then when they were unable to do that in the transition, that's where they picked up the foul, a little bit of frustration. In the first quarter, it was the other way. So West Valley then got the better of their will in terms of being able to go up and down, and that's why they finished off with that run. I think Mills kind of, showed up, showed out, and Burley as well. So it's finally, it's on a nice knife edge here.
And Rylan, we talked about it in the first part, or in the pregame show, about these styles of play, and we saw that. We saw the defensive pressure by Richland and them getting out quick on the break, and then West Valley in the half court. Go ahead and expand on some of that kind of the difference in the styles of play.
Yeah, and you kind of saw the differences perfectly in that second quarter, to where when Richland went on that run and they were playing defensively very well, getting these steals, and as you said, using very quick hands, this is how West Valley kind of used that their advantage to get on a run, because the second Richland got into foul trouble, they couldn't play that very fast pace, very around the court, on you kind of man defense, because they know every single breach, every single poke, if they just are a little bit off, that they're going to see West Valley shooting free ones at the line. So because of this, I think Richland had to completely change their style on defense, and it may have gotten their head just a little bit, because that last second stretch in the second half was not a very good look for this Richland offense, slowing down tremendously. So I think right now that both teams, West Valley, come back out into a different new play style than they were in that first quarter, because in that first quarter it did not go very well because they got into foul trouble quickly. So they come out with kind of a different way, and Richland coming back to that kind of defensive play style they had to start with, just stay out of that foul trouble.
Well, and that's the thing. Richland, led by the 14 points of Lance Hornibet. He's 4 for 8 inside, 3 for 4 from the free throw line, and 5 for 10 overall on his field goal percentage. But then Landon Northrop, 11 points, 6 for 6 from the free throw line. On the other side of the ball, Blas, is the free throws are 3 for 8 for the team for the West Valley Rams.
Well, I mean, that's just, we talked about it. The basic basketball that you need to do, the fundamental things, what do the coaches say? Take care of the ball. Do not get turnovers, rebound well, and every time you get those free points, take advantage of those being from the free throw line. I'm wondering what happened, because there was a stretch there where he didn't play. And I thought, when I look at his stats, I'm wondering why I mean, those are solid. 2 for 5, 1 for 3, going down from field goal to 3-point and free throws. So, I mean, I don't know if his coach pulled him out a little bit for decision making. He was there at the end, but I look for him to have, a big game and to continue to score. I mean, the 11 points just surprises me.
Well, all 6 of his free throws came in that first quarter when they got into the bonus early.
Exactly, in Northrop, I think they pulled him out, Maz, because he kind of picked up those 2 fouls fairly quickly. It wasn't expanded between the first and second quarter. It was 2 very quick, not very nice fouls. So I think Stroyfer probably wanted to sit him down, let him regather his thoughts, get himself back together, and put him out on the court, especially him being such a dominant shooter. Sometimes that's what shooters just need sometimes, a moment to themselves, get able to regather themselves, come out on the court with a fresh new mindset. So hopefully maybe that sit helped Landon kind of refocus himself.
Well, the balance, with the shooter when you sit him out now is, and you're trying, it's like that horse, right? You want him to run, but you want to say, okay, slow down a little bit, but then you want to let him go. So the first couple of minutes will be interesting here for Northrop and Richland. And then also West Valley, I think, is going to have to continue to do what they're doing with the big fella.
Well, that's enough discussion about that first half because we've got second half action on tap. I'm Nick Beckman with Maz Vitamata Ire and Rylan Hubbard. You wouldn't think that Maz and I went to college together, but that's the truth. We're going to take a quick break and be back with third quarter action right after this. I don't know why my tongue trips so bad.
Well, guys, so you know what? So what I try to balance is because I felt that this morning, I was like, no, I can't always, or yesterday, I can't always come in and it's about how people say my name.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So I balance. So that's why.
Absolutely.
No. It's fine if you mess it up, but I had an awareness
but
like, you know what?
It needs to be right.
No. Yeah, that's all that.
Yeah.
But even if you're listening, like, well, no, it's about how they say his name. What the
exactly.
hell? It's his show. So that's why
it is your show. I'm just here.
It's their show. It's their show.
This is why West Valley's in the lead.
Kevin.
12 for 15.
Kevin.
2-point field goals. 4 for 6 for Landon Burley and 4 for 5 for Parker Mills.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And if they can continue that, Richland's going to have a hard time. These are the two numbers right here. 4 for 6 and 4 for 5. 12 for 15 on shots. So, I mean, that offensive efficiency by West Valley is why they have the 3-point lead because they're down by 7 from the free throw line.
Yeah. Well,
but again, it's only a 3-point lead. If you're shooting 66%, and all you have is a 3-point lead, and your opponent
that's a very good point.
48%.
There's not a very high chance they're going to come out in the second half and play the exact same shooting 66%. So either they're going to have to figure out something on defense or somehow pick up this pace. All right, I'm going to end the ad quickly, so we'll just go 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to Tacoma Dome. It is WIAA State Basketball Championships. It's the Richland Bombers in green and the West Valley Rams in white. Rams with a 3-point lead. Richland with the possession and the ball to start this third quarter of play. And boy, we saw a great first 16 minutes, and I expect the same in the second half. As Jackson Woodard will start the offense for the Bombers. Landon Northrop, let's get pass over to Sacco. Northrop from Woodard, he's going to follow him right down that right side and up off the glass. There's Landon Northrop right to the rim.
He was one of those two guys that we talked about at halftime between Lance and Northrop, and the thing that we really needed to see from Northrop is he got to the line 6 times in that first quarter, so we'd like to see him kind of go back down low and be physical, draw those fouls, and obviously he's big enough to just put one in like right there.
And the Rams very efficient on offense as Parker Mills will get it from Austin Burley. Oh, there's Parker Mills with a little step back. Off the rim it comes. He was 4 out of 5 attempts in the first half.
What did you call that yesterday? That's the Dirk.
The Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, what you said.
Little step back, raise that knee.
Yeah.
Is that a popular move or?
Back in the day.
Landon Burley with nice bounce pass inside to Mills. Nice little pick and roll, a little fundamental basketball by the West Valley Rams as Mills set that nice pick. Burley had the space and then found the bounce pass inside as Mills rolled right to the hoop.
Well, we were talking off air, right? And we were saying, can West Valley continue with the high percentage shooting, right? I mean, they shot what did we say, 60 in the first half there. And they can continue if they do a pick and roll and making this, those easy shots to Mills.
That's it, Parker Mills. He'll roll to the baseline side on the right, try to get it up, can't. A little too deep. Great defense by Austin Burley. Burley with two hands, he'll go up soft off the rim, and there's Parker Mills to stay with the play. Great job by Parker Mills to give Austin Burley that sideshow and give him that wingman help there.
Yeah, I mean, they shot 66.7%, and it looks like they are continuing with that pick and roll there, Nick.
Keeping the ball in the paint, keeping it simple. The Bombers outside. Woodard with the ball, guarded by Landon Burley. He'll get it over to Northrup. And Landon Northrup with the shot clock winding down will pull up at the top of the key and knock that one down. Good rhythm jumper by Landon Northrup, aware of the shot clock. There's a quick pass down inside to Parker Mills to beat the Bomber offense. Great move by Parker Mills to go from that right block and use the whole lane to get to the left side of the glass and knock that down. Landon Northrup feeling it. Little heat check there. Early three in the offense. Comes off the rim, and Austin Burley will come out of backcourt. He'll test that right side and bring it back out. Good spacing by West Valley to keep that lane open. As Parker Mills will set up in the paint. Little right hand. Nice soft right hand. Just off the front of the rim. Bombers getting it up quick. Lance Hornevet will take a little contact, step back when that space was created. That step was there, and Hornevet knocks down the 10-footer from that right wing.
And watching Hornevet all season long, that is his bread and butter shot. He loved that side, going down low baseline, getting separation, and he can elevate over any defender.
Those little mid-range jumpers, and there's a little up and under from Austin Burley. Austin Burley doing a good job of finding that open space. He went from the left side to the right and got it up off the glass. West Valley holding on to a 2-point lead, 47-43 with 4:31 to go. This will be a 30-second timeout. That'll give me a chance to get this read in when an injury takes your kid out of the game. The team at Seattle Children's is here for you. The most experienced orthopedics and sports medicine professionals in the Pacific Northwest. Seattle Children's all-star team will get your kid back in the game and back to being a kid. Learn more at seattlechildrens.org. So what do we see in this first quick opening minutes of this third quarter, fellas?
Well, I think you're seeing both teams able to kind of execute their offense. So I think the defense is a little, maybe I think it's more proficient in terms of what the offenses are doing.
And we talked about at that halftime break is that the fact that the Rams are shooting 66% from the field goal, and we didn't know if they could keep up that same pace going into this one, because shooting 66% from field goal, but then only being up by 3 isn't a good look, because sometimes you can't carry that on, but right now it looks like this pick and roll offense looks so methodical, and they're using it perfect right now to keep up that exact pace.
Absolutely. Well, Richland stayed close by hitting 10 of 11 free throws in that first half as the bounce pass inside off to Kiesel Kohani, and that rimmed off, and Rams will get that rebound and limit the Bombers to just one look. Austin Burley get it to Parker Mills on the left wing. Little two-man game with Landon Burley. Burley goes up to the rim to try to pack it, and a foul going to be called. Landon Burley just rose in the lane to throw that one down. Foul going to be called, and Landon Burley will go to the line.
Fortune favors the brave.
Absolutely.
Or those that are trying to dunk.
Absolutely.
If you don't make it, you're going to get a foul. But on a more serious note, they're being aggressive.
Yep.
To Ryland's point, and we've all talked about it, you stay at 66.7 shooting percentage. You stay at 70 or go up north if you're aggressive and you're going inside the paint to what you said, and that's what we're seeing here from West Valley.
And the Rams shooting woes from the line continue as they're now 3 for 10 from the free throw line. So this could be a much bigger lead for West Valley if they could cash in those points from the charity stripe. Great hands. The ball going to be knocked out of bounds. Great hands by Landon Burley. I thought he was going to get the foul called on the play as he stripped it away, and the referee's going to say, well, to have a discussion. I was kind of surprised when the referee said white. That's why I hesitated there. I was like, really? Are you going to give him that? But
I mean,
well, on that play, the reason why, another way to take a look at that, what the official was looking at was, did he get pushed or did he kind of go on his back? So the official deemed that maybe there was more of the initiation of going backwards as opposed to the propulsion from the other player.
Exactly, and that's why when he said white, I thought there was going to be a foul signal. And then when he didn't do that, the officials talked about it and just gave him out of bounds. It's right there. It's just
went off him. Went off him.
Absolutely. Yeah, it definitely went off of Burley for sure. But I was just confused with the color designation. As Austin Burley going to get up and get Jackson Woodard to slap him on the arm. So Rams back to the free throw line with an opportunity to improve that percentage.
Yeah, Burley 0 for 2 right now on the night. So he's one of the keys to these struggles. So right now he's got to bounce back. As I say it, right now this West Valley really struggling from the free throw line. As you said earlier, this is kind of the storyline of this game. West Valley could probably be in double digits right now if it wasn't for the struggles.
I wonder if it's a backtrack.
Yeah, I don't know, because they were 3 for 8 in the first half at the good end of the floor as we look at that. A little hustle play.
I mean, we say that, but as a player, which is the good one? You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. Yeah. Because we talked about how West Valley plays in an open arena. It's not the Tacoma Dome, but they play in the gym with the similar kind of configurations where that hoop is out there in open air. So, maybe this is the easier end for West Valley to shoot at. But that being said, they still haven't knocked down the free throws. So Bombers with the ball as Landon Northrop will get in the lane, and it's going to be a foul called.
The one thing, and I like what the coach is doing over there for West Valley, and Tyson Whitfield, when the players are missing the free throw, he's looking at him saying it's okay, it's all right. Because the one thing you don't want, doesn't matter which end you're shooting, you don't want it to be an issue inside your head.
Right, and that's the thing. You don't want it to get, because that's where free throws are. That's the only shot in basketball that's exactly the same if you're in your backyard, in the practice gym, or on the court in a game time. It's the same shot.
Yeah.
But the difference is your headspace. And great point by Maz that Tyson Whitfield is keeping his kids in the right headspace on this floor. As we're tied at 47, as Northrop continues to be true from the free throw line. And he's 100%. Parker Mills going to wave it off. Oh, referee's going to call the big fella with the arm.
When you talked about this earlier, kind of getting that big man, and he's going down low on the side of you, and he kind of draws that foul right there. And I'm not sure if that was full contact, as you said earlier, but at the end of the day, we're not the referees down here on the court.
And that's the thing, is you just don't know. Our perspective is way different sitting here courtside without a whistle in our mouth. So.
Well, I mean, he's on the baseline. I mean, he's watching the contact. So
absolutely.
So it's a good play by the defender to get in legal guarded position and then absorb the contact.
Yep. And there's Landon Northrop. Knocked down another 3, and Richland on top by 3, 50-47, as they get the lead back. And here comes the Bomber defense. Woodard with his hands in the passing lane. Landon Northrop with a dish to Sacco, and great little dish from Northrop to Sacco, and he'll finish and get the bucket. A little 5-point run. You see how the Rams respond.
The Rams got to get into the hands of their 2 scorers. Get it to Mills down low. He's been very efficient for them right now.
Parker Mills, that was soft. And nobody crashing for West Valley.
No.
That was just an easy ball that came off the rim, and Woodard said, I'll take that.
Yeah, but it was a really good shot, because when he spun, he kind of basically threw it off the backboard because of his strength and size.
He's got a deceptively soft shot when it gets up to the rim.
It was interesting.
I was surprised he rolled off.
It looks like his elbow doesn't even move. It's just straight up. It's all just hand, just flicking it perfectly.
Sacco going to get called for the foul. That'll be his 3rd.
Sacco, he's got to be careful right now. Richland cannot lose him. As I said, he's probably one of the biggest defensive threats on this team. And that's kind of what happens when you have a player like Sacco, who's primarily on defense. He's going to guard probably the other team's best player. They can get into foul trouble extremely quick.
And Richland's going to take a timeout. This will be a 30-second timeout for Richland. So we'll take a quick little break and be right back. With 1:34 left in the 3rd, Richland on top, 52-47.
It's a horrible call. It's horrible.
What?
It's a horrible call. No, you know what?
Yeah.
I had to.
No,
yeah.
it's true.
I'll tell you when it's
It's
a
true.
bad
I
call.
believe. No, I love your perspective. Is the thing. I love that knowledgeable perspective.
Yeah. All right. Good. 3, 2, 1.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Dome. Nick Beckman with Mazavita, my guy from Central Washington, and Ryland sitting on my left. And we've got a great basketball game as West Valley had held the lead, but Richland with a little defensive pressure and the quick run, the 3 points by Landon Northrup, and then the steal in the basket on the other end. And Rams with the ball trying to get it in. Oh, great little take. That's Parker Hill with a little take to the left side. Was able to turn his back to the defense and get it up off the glass.
Well, he kind of gave him the okie doke. Looked like he was going back and then did kind of a curl route, and he was wide open with no safety in the middle to help out.
Well, that's exactly it. I think Richland thought they were going to throw it into the backcourt as Hornvetler just lost the handle on the ball underneath as he tried to go up. And West Valley will get the turnover, down by 3 as the clock winding down to 1:10 to go in this third quarter play.
Yeah, that's a deceptiveness in that play.
Good play by Nate Moore.
Great call. That is a great call from that end of it, from the C position. I'll take a moment here because what we were talking about, the 3 officials. The play is over here, transition, you got the lead in the trail. It's going that way, there's a foul, but only the far referee, and if he's in the right position, he's looking mid-transition.
Absolutely. A foul called away from the ball gives the Rams the ball back with under a minute left to play in this third quarter. Down by 3. A long 2 off the rim. Jackson Woodard right there to collect the rebound. He'll outlet it up to Northrup. Northrup guarded by Landon Burley. Woodard to Moore on the right wing, and there's Northrup circling around for a good look on 3, and just too long. Hornvet will get the offensive rebound. Nate Moore inside, tried to turn it around. Burley with a hand in the passing lane. Braylon Edwards will get it back to Moore. Moore's shot is off, and the rebound pulled down by Austin Burley. His shot clock now turned off.
Richland can't foul here.
A foul going to be called as Burley kind of lost his balance and lost the ball and went to the floor. The referee's going to call a foul, and that's going to put West Valley in the bonus. So another opportunity for Landon Burley to go to the line.
No, it's not a bonus anymore. It's 2 shots.
Yeah, that's true. It is just 2 shots, but don't they still say they're in the bonus? No?
No, because if you say bonus, that means you're getting 1 and 1.
Okay. I'm an old guy. Man, I can remember 3 to make 2.
You remember the peach? You were there in the peach basket.
I remember when they said 3 to make 2. Hey, just because I got all this white hair, I've been owning this white hair for a long time.
You were in the barn with the peach basket and everybody else. Come on.
Got to get the nails out of the bottom of that peach basket. You got to get the ball out.
That's a basketball savant.
Burley able to knock down 2 free throws for the first time, and Northrup quickly down the floor.
He loves
and that's
those.
the Bombers coming back, and Northrup said, I don't care if there's only 4 seconds to go. I'm going to get it down and get it up. And Richland will head to the fourth quarter up by 3, 54-51. We'll take a quick break and be right back for the final 8.
Fortunately, I don't think I can chime into that conversation.
Nah, you should chime into that.
Man, my shoes are older than you.
It'd be awkward. Just be awkward.
My Gary Payton gloves, they haven't released these since you've been born.
See those 2 calls there?
Yeah.
They're reverse.
Absolutely, yeah.
They're
Yeah.
reverse.
Yeah.
The first one should
was
have
a
been
great
a
one.
block,
Yeah.
and that one should have been off.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, you see how that is?
Yeah. And you can just kind of tell by the force as well, like when it's, yeah. All right, we have
They're all good.
5 seconds.
Smart choices to learn about the Smart Choices Scholarship Program. 3 graduating seniors will
And welcome back to the Tacoma Dome. I'm Nick Beckman with Masvida Maraire and Ryland Hubbard. And I'll tell you, we have had 3 great quarters of basketball. It's a 1-possession game, 3-point lead for the Bombers that were down in that third quarter, but then were able to spark a little run, couple threes. Landon Northrup was really the energy for the Bombers in that third period of play.
In West Valley, they've got to be really careful right now because all the other quarters we've seen, West Valley has been leading because they've been able to kind of tick away. But the Bombers going on such a big run there, West Valley hasn't been able to keep up. So if they want to be able to win this one, they have to prevent that quarter run that Bombers have gotten, all three of them.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really, I don't want to harp on missed free throws, but West Valley has to capitalize on those opportunities when they get them, with Parker Mills in the paint and Landon Burley doing such a good job on the offensive end of the floor for the Rams. Those free throws just need to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
One possession game, and the Rams with the ball. Bremerman with it. He'll get it to Austin Burley. Burley will get it down to Parker Mills on that left block. Little step back. Nice little move. Wow. And that's a great footwork by Parker Mills.
It's those calves, baby.
He's got basketball calves. I love it.
Brilliant. He's got athletic calves.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
He's just a nice, solid player inside. Just a fantastic touch. Soft hands and even a softer shot. As Moore with the ball, will kick it to Woodard on top. Northup will come out to get it on the wing. He'll feed it down to Hornvet. That's Nate Moore with the three look. Moore off the back of the rim. Lance Hornvet will track down that long rebound and get another possession for the Bombers. West Valley needs to capitalize that as Sacco sets a nice pick. Shot up and off as Landon Northup got a wide open look from that left corner.
Ooh, that was a big shot for West Valley right there. They could have changed the pace and the storyline of this one, take the lead right now, but just a tough miss.
Quick three look from Brennerman. And Richland back quickly on the offensive side. And there is Diaz through the contact. And that's Landon Northup, not afraid to go in and draw that contact, get the ball up off the rim.
And Landon Northup obviously feeling a little bit frustrated. We see him so well behind the three-point line. He misses that wide open three-point look, so he decides to change it up, go inside, and as you guys were talking about, get that old-fashioned three-pointer right now if he makes this one.
Well, he went in the lane hunting contact on that one. And cashed in. He hasn't missed a free throw yet, and that's the reason why Richland's on top, is they have been really taking advantage of that free throw line and those opportunities.
You know, for our West Valley listeners, you're kind of putting a dagger through their heart because they ain't shooting very well at free throws, and then you're going on about
it's 12. It's 12 for 13.
You're speaking the truth.
I know.
You're speaking the truth, my brother.
I'm a simple man. Truth is all I got.
I wouldn't call you a simpleton. You ain't that.
Oh, I just said I'm simple. 12 to 13 from the free throw line for the Bombers, and it's 5 for 14 from the line for the Rams. So, I mean, that's a 7-point difference just from that one spot on the floor as a foul called on the play, and Parker Mills will draw the contact, and West Valley will get the ball out of bounds on the end line.
What I like right now is both teams are playing to their strengths, and we talked, y'all two just talked about Northup and what he's doing in terms of he's not making a three, he's penetrating. So West Valley's going to Mills down in the paint. Sets up real nicely for the last 6 minutes here.
Great little inbounds for the Rams for Landon Burley to knock down that mid-range jumper. Bombers with the ball on this left wing, trying to set up a little two-man game. Woodard will take it out on top and find Lance Hornvet at the free throw line. He's going to take a nice step to the lane. Great footwork by Lance Hornvet to see that open space underneath and just get that big, long step. I mean, those big, long legs, 6'8" Hornvet.
I mean, Maz, you've been salivating over Parker Mills. I mean, his free work happened so well, but then Lance Hornvet comes right down on the other side, and another tough and one for this Bomber offense.
Have I been salivating?
I don't know.
I've just been describing an athlete in terms of, his agility. I mean,
I'm just messing with you, Maz.
Absolutely.
I savor the taste of good basketball.
The savant. There he goes.
This is my thing. I'll feast on basketball. I forget to eat because I'm feasting on hoops.
Yeah, you do.
I love this.
That's why you're a savant. Come on now.
Organic carrots yesterday were my meal. Moss gave me some chips, and here we go as the Bombers with the ball. And Hornibet's three is off, and there's Parker Mills in the paint in traffic to pull that down, and he'll get it out to Landon Burley. Burley sees some space. He'll get it up off the rim. The foul going to be called.
Skako, that's going to be his 4th foul right now. He's got to be extremely careful. This would be a huge loss for Richland if he picks up one more.
What would that do, though?
What would that do? Richland, obviously, right now, they've got 2 guys on the bench. As you can see, Braylon Edwards and Nate Moore, they both have played. Edwards, realistically, he's going to come in for Josiah Skako, either right now because he has 4, or later on if he fouls out. Braylon Edwards, we saw him last game. He's only 6'1", but he's sizing up against defenders 6'7", 6'6". He can do it all, so that would be realistically for the Bombers right now if Skako comes out.
Coach Stoifert going to take a timeout now to talk about that and figure out their strategy with 5:10 to go in this 4th period of play. This is a critical time of the game for both teams as the 5-point lead for the Bombers, but a little bit of foul trouble. And we're going to go ahead and take a quick break with this long timeout, and we'll be right back with the final 5 minutes of the Washington State Championships, game number 15.
Sorry, I meant to say, because I don't want to get in trouble, because I'm playing.
Oh, absolutely.
We're talking a lot, which is
absolutely.
fine. But
I forget.
So like this.
You keep us honest.
Anytime. Score
All
like
right,
that.
perfect.
Oh, yeah,
or break or whatever.
Yeah, anything. Every time.
And welcome back to the Tacoma Dome. You're watching the Washington State Championship Basketball Tournament. It's a WIAA on NFHS. WIAA Live. Download the WIAA Live mobile app to easily access WIAA schedule, scores, rankings, tournament brackets, and more. Download WIAA Live from your mobile app store today. I'm Nick Beckman with Masvita Mata Ayure and Ryland Hubbard, and we are the final 5:10 of this 4th period of play. Richland Bombers up by 5. But West Valley at the line. And it's Landon Burley back. He just knocked down his last 2. Crunch time free throws.
There you go, young man.
Getting his feel from the line. And just as you talked about, Coach Whitfield keeping the kids in the right headspace at the line. Burley knocked down his last 2. Nice clean free throw there, and the second one is just the same. Good release, good rotation, and that free throw's going. The lead cut to 3.
You know, if Burley's going to come back and make any free throws in this game since he's been so off, it's going to be right now. So it's a good thing for him that he's starting to get in that mindset.
Well, Tryland, the other thing about that is it gives you other players hope as well. They start thinking, oh, yeah, okay, well, oh, yeah, that's right. As long as I go back to my rotation. And, Nick, like I said, don't overthink it. Just go ahead and take it and shoot your shot.
Richland spreading out their offense. And West Valley did a good job of just staying back, but there's a great offensive rebound, and there's Burley in the passing lane again. As Sacco was right there, and he looked like he was open, but Landon Burley able to get a hand in the passing lane and pull that ball away for the steal. Big turnover by Richland as they got that offensive rebound. Burley with a little pump fake, and then he's going to take it from right to left side to the right. A nice little hesitation by Landon Burley to get it up off the glass. And lead down to 1 as there's Northrop, as we just talked about, not afraid to get into the contract. And Austin Burley, Austin Burley going to be called as he grabbed him on the arm. So Landon Northrop will go to the line to shoot 2, where we know that he has been pure all day long, the 90% shooter for the Bombers. Opportunity to put it back to 3. First one soft off the rim and in. Richland played yesterday and doesn't look like they're any worse for the wear. So that second one rolls off softly, and Landon Burley will bring it out. Somebody got to stop that ball. He'll kick it over. And the three-point basket by Parker Hill. He'll knock it down as Landon Burley saw him open right there in the corner and just dished it to him.
Nice commentator's curse over there about the free throws.
Hey, they can't hear me, and I don't believe that. They got to do the work themselves, and Northrop's 3 is off. The tap up by Jackson Woodard almost went in. Great work as Austin Burley's shoe comes off. Sacco playing some great defense. Wow. And we're going to get a foul called on the play. Josiah Sacco and Landon Burley battling for the fall, and the foul going to be called out on that loose run. Foul going to be called on Landon Burley. So Burley will pick up his 4th with 3:38 to go. Northrop standing on the side will inbound the ball for Richland. Richland down by 1. It's West Valley 62, Richland 61. That Parker Hill 3.
Ooh.
Little chicken wing to create some space. The referees let that bump go.
And you let that go because both players are moving. The game doesn't need that call. You know, it didn't displace either the offense or the defensive player. That's good.
And Nate Moore found the lane on that right side and just went right up to the glass. It's great pick by Lance Hornvet to create that open space.
Absolutely.
And I'm with you, Maz. I like the no call there. Austin Burley.
Who'd want to stop this game but a coach, you know, talking strategy, because that's exactly right.
Well, and with the 1-point game, I mean, every possession is so critical right now because both teams with the same goal. They want to play for the championship on Saturday, and you got to win this one today to make that happen. And we'll take a quick break so we get down the final minutes of this one. It's West Valley on top, 64-63, and we'll be right back.
Sorry, I'm on my phone. I'm trying to figure out because my guy back there, Landon Northrop, he needs one more point, and he just broke the single-season scoring record for Bomber history. And I know my guy up there, he has the stat who it is, but I'm trying to figure it out.
I love that.
I'm trying to figure it out.
You need to feed us that one. That is a nugget.
To say what?
Landon, once he gets to 28, he's an all-time scoring record for Richland scoring
For
history.
Richland?
Or in one season.
Yeah, single-season scoring record.
Look that up.
And we are back to the WIAA State Championships at the Tacoma Dome. I'm Nick Beckman with Masvita, Mataire, and Ryland Hubbard. As this timeout winds out, the Richland Bombers coming back on the floor. Landon Northrop leading all scorers with 27 points for the Bombers.
Exactly. Landon Northrop, we kind of talked about in the break. Remind you guys, Landon Northrop, 1 bucket away right now from breaking the Richland Bomber all-time season history score. So he's so close from touching history.
Boy, you know, these kids are all creating memories for a lifetime, but creating a record like that is Northrop in the lane. Wow. Shot blocked away by Burley.
It's good defense. You know, we've talked about this. Both teams are playing really good defense. Nick, this is what you talked about. Every single possession is critical.
Jackson Woodard pulls up for the 3, and there's Parker Mills going up strong to get it, but trying to find Austin Burley. Great play by Sacco as he stole the ball and saved it inbounds. Bombers with the ball. And there goes Northrop. He's going to go in and get the contact. They're going to call a foul on Parker Mills there. Mills reached out just to bang Northrop to make him go to the free throw line to earn these, and that's a 4th personal on Mills. So Landon Burley with 4, Parker Mills with 4.
And congratulations, Landon Northrop has just broken the all-time scoring record in a single season for Richland High School. Mike Neal, the previous holder in 1975 with 714 points in a season. Mike Neal obviously leading Richland all-time scoring with 2,012 points. So Landon Northrop chasing history there, and now his next record, he's coming for Mike Neal's all-time.
Oh, that is a great little piece of information and a little history made on the floor at the Tacoma Dome here today for Landon Northrop. Congratulations to him. 715 points in a game or in a season. That's just amazing. Austin Burley by himself on that left block. Just rose up over Jackson Woodard. Great shot by Burley. 2-point lead is 66-64. There's Northrop going to go inside and draw the contact again. Boy, he has just been attacking the paint.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, that's what you want. You want this player that has scored more points for Richland in a single season when it's coming down here to get the ball and get down there, get downhill. And you notice he's not shooting in terms of the threes. He's going downhill.
Right, he's not settling, he's not pulling up at that arc.
Yeah.
He's really going in and not afraid to go to the free throw line. Of course, when you shoot 9 out of 10 from the line, you want to get there.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can see his comfort there. He just has such a nice posture, great release. I mean, they played yesterday, absolutely. they played yesterday, and the legs. I mean, that knee bend. A lot of times you'll see guys at the line where they just don't get that knee bend to get the shot up. Northrop at the line with one more shot to tie this one at 66 with 1:53 to go.
That's a big miss. Wow.
That's the commentator. I already know he was going to miss it.
Yeah, blame it on me. I'll take that.
Oh.
Man, I'm going to tell you about the weather tomorrow then.
Nobody's going to listen to that. Here is different.
Landon Burley will take the Saco bump and get it in. Lead up to 3 by West Valley. If Northrop turns around when he misses it from the free throw line, I'll believe it, but he's not hearing me. He's more focused on that. Getting buckets for the Bombers. As Silent Kaisel Kawani will get it up and off the rim and cut that lead right back to 1 with 1:24 to go. I'll tell you, this is a great basketball game. 30-second timeout called. And again, comes down to the last 90 seconds to determine who's moving on.
And this is how big teams like this end up making it on these big runs. Here in Tacoma, Kisa Kahane, not a big scorer at all, averaging around 4 points a game this season. But right there, he goes inside, and Landon Northrop found him perfectly, and he just adjusts it and gets a big bucket. So not really a characteristic bucket from him, but players like that will step up in these big games.
Well, it's adjustment, that especially late on. And a credit to the coaches, because those those players we're talking about, they've been playing. The coaches have been getting ready to step up for this moment.
Yeah.
Well, and that's just another great two-man game, fundamental basketball. As everybody's focused on Northrop, the nice pick by Kisa Kahani, and then he rolled to the hoop, and just a great feed from Northrop to be and when good basketball players with that basketball IQ to make that pass and not put the game on his shoulders, but understand that he's got teammates out there to help him. Austin Burley will go up. Great no foul call, and Burley going through the contact to lead back to 3 with a minute to go. And there's a pull up by, and we're going to get a little, that's a chicken wing going to call there, is going to get the player control foul called on Landon Northrop as he tried to stop, and it was a little bit congested there, so I couldn't see the actual contact, but the referee right there on the play to make that quick call.
And one thing that Richland has done in the last 2 possessions, they've gone to a 3-quarter press here, and they'll come out and do the same thing. But the last time, West Valley was able to break it. Both times able to break it. So look for them to come out in the timeout and some kind of a full-court press, because they're down by, their 3 points. A little bit of time left, but the idea is you want to pressure West Valley in return.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, and the thing is that pressure, especially when in these crucial moments, it's the poise that is really going to show, and how these kids have been coached to handle that pressure on the press, because you run the risk of a couple passes getting you a quick, easy bucket on the other end. And that's how you beat a good press. You've got to look opposite. You've got to find those open guys. And it isn't through the dribble. It's through the pass is how you break that pressure defense in the backcourt.
More times than not, where most presses you're going to try to, and Raylan, this, right? The way you break a presser, you put somebody in the middle of the court.
Yeah.
More specifically, that's and to that point, look who's in the middle of the court.
Exactly, yeah. Wouldn't be surprised if we have somebody standing right in front of us right here on this outer edge right here in the middle of the court.
Yeah. Like we said, the teams are coming out in this press. 1 pass, 2 passes, and then there's your middle break.
Right
on the opposite side right there. Parker Mills sinking down. Good kick out by Mills. Good decision there as the clock's their friend. 17 seconds on the shot clock, and Jackson Woodard just trying to be active on that. Whistle blown on the foul call, just the 14th foul, so the ball will be out of bounds to West Valley. But more importantly, it was at 17 seconds. They're going to add 13 to that, and they'll get a full shot clock now.
Yeah, that foul call came from the bench. There's another one.
And now that'll, down by 3, you pretty much have to make that decision. They let 3 seconds get off the clock, and that's going to put Bremerman at the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Bremerman shooting his first 2 free throws of the night, and the biggest 2 free throws of his season.
5 team fouls both ways, so any fouls will put people at the line. Nice shot.
What's that you say there, Tony?
Uh-huh.
You like that? Good for him. Good for him.
And Jet Bremerman, 1 shot remaining to put it up to a 5-point lead. It's already a 2-possession game. As the ball bounces out. Hey, you know, I just talked about what's happening on the floor.
You're not supposed to talk before.
He can't hear me.
That's a flop.
Northrop trying to throw it up. And there's Kiesel Kohani inside battling. The hell ball is going to be called, and that'll keep the possession with the Bombers underneath. As we've got just a half second, 0.6 of a second differential. They're going to turn the shot clock off as we're under 30 seconds left to play.
And watch this, Nate Moore checking in the game for Kiesel Kohani, getting a smaller body, but Nate Moore, he's a shooter. I wouldn't be surprised to see if they get a play drawn up for him.
Northrop will get that long inbounds at the top of the key. His 3 rims off, and they're going to do a quick foul in the backcourt.
He had a good look.
He did get a good look.
What was your thought? I mean, you've watched him a lot on that. They had the double screen there.
Honestly, I thought right there Northrop was going to come off the screen and Lance Hornbeck sitting down low. He was obviously going to be double teamed. I was expecting either if Landon came off the screen wide open, he's going to shoot it. If not, somebody came off from Hornbeck contesting that 3-pointer. He'd go down to Hornbeck, and if Hornbeck got clogged in the paint, he'd kick out the 3 where Nate Moore was probably sitting.
Burley at the line with 1 shot remaining. 4-point lead for the West Valley Rams, 71-67, 23.6 to go in this 4th quarter of play. Look at that, I stayed quiet.
Well, you stayed quiet and missed the first one.
There.
And then you stayed quiet.
I didn't mention that.
I got you, partner. I got you.
And Nate Moore's 3 is off, and there's a rebound on the weak side by Bremerman. Bremerman's going to get it out to Parker Mills. And Mills will just slowly going to get a travel goal.
Wow.
He couldn't decide what to do with the ball there. He thought he might kick it out. And
well, it was the coach.
Picked it up.
He looked at the bench, and the coach was like,
pull it back. You know, that hesitation. He picked up his dribble and then took that extra step to go ahead and lay it in.
Should be all right here.
5-point game, so it shouldn't cost him too much. Northrop will throw in a 3, and that's what I get for talking out loud right there. Cut that lead to 2 with 5.1, and now it's going to be up to the West Valley Rams to get the ball in bounds.
More importantly, what was great about that was the timeout call. Because here's the deal. The ball goes in, the clock runs, 5 seconds, the game would have been over.
Yep, absolutely.
And if West Valley somehow isn't able to pull this off, I know, Mills is going to have a rough. I'm saying Mills is going to have a rough time going to bed tonight. I'm saying,
ouch!
What are we manifesting right here?
I'm saying if West Valley,
He said if
they're, I'm saying if they're unable to pull this one out, I mean, they've got all the odds in their favor. Mills is going to have a rough time going in bed, laying to sleep tonight because he had that one right there.
I don't know if I'd go back.
Moving on. That's what I love about the game of basketball.
Leave the past in the past.
It moves too fast. You can't look at the past. You got to move forward. Keep moving forward. Rams will get the ball out of bounds in the backcourt with a 2-point lead.
Point well taken. That could ice the game. But I don't know if I'd have said he's going to have sleep.
I'm going to put that turnover on Tyson Whitfield. We can't blame Parker on that one.
And they're going to foul.
They got to foul really quick, and Landon Burley will get the inbounds and get the foul on Hornbeck.
Now we got to hit it. No, that's perfect.
That'll be.
And does Richland have a timeout right now, or?
I
do not think so.
I was going to say, I don't think Richland, the board is showing that they have none left.
Yeah, no, they have
none
left.
They're going down here for the 2 shots.
So Burley's going to the line to shoot 2. Up by 2 with 4.4 to go. Hornbeck fouled out with his 5th on the play.
There you go.
So that's why he went to the bench.
And he missed it.
Braylon Edwards on the floor to replace Hornbeck. Burley at the line with 1 shot remaining. 4.4 is enough time to get down the floor and get a look.
It's a lot of time.
Yeah. So
it's forever.
Burley makes it 3. So now it's the long shot that's going to be needed. What are we looking at here, Maz?
Well, I'm chomping at the bit to ask both of you, are you going to foul or are you going to let him get down court?
I don't know, because it just depends, because are they going to come off the inbound and take a shot right away? Because then right there, you can't foul. So I think if I'm West Valley, you just saw Landon Northrup shoot 4 threes in the last 2 minutes, and right off the dribble really rush, and didn't look good. Besides that one, he barely be able to got in. I think you let them shoot here just the way that it's been going this whole half.
Well, I'm old school, and I love seeing the hard man-to-man pressure defense. But truthfully, if they get it into front court with any amount of good look, I'm going to foul them before they shoot.
Yeah.
And you got to foul them before they get that three-point look, so that there's only 2.
Because
No, you don't foul. You could. You could foul in the backcourt, and then they take their 2 shots. You're up 1, and then it's your inbounds.
Right.
The foul would have to occur in the backcourt here.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because you definitely don't. I mean, my point is you don't want them to get a shot look.
Yeah.
Well,
You want to foul on the floor.
Well, yeah, what you don't want is to foul, and then he makes the shot, and then he goes 3.
And here we go, the inbounds at half court, attacked by Burley, and that's going to take it out. Landon Burley and West Valley are going to hold on. Great pressure defense right at the timeline, right in front of us, and no foul. They just play great defense to hold on and get the win.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want right there. I don't know, Raylan, maybe you do a double screen and you try to get on the backside there.
I mean, honestly, I think that's just so much to do with 4.1. You were just so limited to your options. You had to go full court. I'm surprised the ball went to Nate Moore, honestly, right there. I don't care how many guys Northup has covering him. I want the ball in Landon Northup's hands right there, honestly. And so at the end of the day, the Bombers unable to kind of capitalize on some of the things they should have leading going into the 4th quarter. But West Valley, man, what a strong game for them, and what a statement win as a 6th seed.
Well, that's exactly it. The 6th seed moves on, and they'll meet the winner of our next game. It's Mount Si and Puyallup coming up next. We'll be right back with some wrap up in the post game. I'm Nick Beckman with Masvita Mata Ire and Rylan Hubbard. We've had a great game here. A couple quick comments. We'll choose our MVP of the game, the Thornbeck Athletics player of the game, and we'll be right back.
Well,
I mean, I kind of feel like we kind of got to go with Landon Burley. I mean, he did so much. I mean,
I'll make sure for that once it's done. As soon as this finishes.
yeah.
How you feel? Yeah, I mean, because he did so much. I mean, he was just active everywhere. I mean, he was in all the plays, and I mean, he ended up with 22 points, 7 rebounds, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. You know, I mean, so he's getting his other guys involved. Okay, I like it. He left us that. They were talking about the hockey yesterday. I don't care. When you were talking about the Montreals.
So I'm doing back-to-back with those, or now, or oh, I'm moving to. Okay, I see. Okay, so
All you're doing
it's just
is going from here to here.
okay. Sounds good. I gotta play one more.
Copy that.
Yeah. 30 seconds, and then who do you guys think your MVP?
I just feel like Landon Burley just did too much on both ends of the floor. I mean, he had 22 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists. So, I mean, he did a lot of things to get everybody involved, as well as make this final play of the game to preserve the win.
Yeah, solid stat line, and then the last play to preserve the game. Who gave me this? Clown?
And we're back at the Tacoma Dome. I'm Nick Beckman with Masvita Mata Ire and Rylan Hubbard. The post-game is brought to you by Alderson's Award West. Post-game show for trophies, t-shirts, and so much more. Aldersons.net for their full catalog. And boy, what a great game. Well, first 2 games they went to overtime. This one was a 1-possession game between the Bombers of Richland and the West Valley Rams. And guys, just a few comments before we get to our MVP. How did that game feel to you?
Well, I mean, fantastic. Full efforts, full high marks at both teams. They played to their strength. They adjusted in the second half, and it came down to the last play over here. And I thought a lot of different players showed up And we're going to talk about the MVP, but I thought it was a great game by both teams, and just a privilege to be here.
Well, the offensive efficiency by the Rams, as we look at those stats on the screen right now, they ended up, West Valley was 65.9 from the field goal percentage. Ryland, that's really hard to compete with.
I mean, I completely ate my words. We came out of the second half, and we were talking about this Rams team. Either they're going to have to continue exactly how they're playing, shooting at 66%, and I didn't think it was possible. I've never seen a team shoot so consistent, especially here in Tacoma, and boy, did they make me eat my words, shooting almost the exact same percentage, and that's what won them this basketball game. It wasn't the free throws. We see on the screen right there, 10 for 22. We were talking about, boy, that's rough. But when you miss 12 of your 22 free throws, if you're shooting 66% from the field, it doesn't matter.
Well, and that's it. The threes, they shot half as many threes and made the same amount.
Yeah.
5 for 22 for the Bombers and 5 for 11 for West Valley. So that offensive efficiency really came into play, and that brings us to the Thornbecks. Time to name our MVP of the game award, brought to you by Thornbeck Athletic Club. Strong today, stronger tomorrow, strongest together at Thornbecks. And guys, I think we came to a consensus while we were in that break. Who is our MVP of the game?
Oh, all right. You want to go, Maz?
You name it.
All right,
Landon Burley.
Yeah, Landon Burley, and we talked about he did so much on both sides of the basketball that it's just impossible not to give it to him, and he took over that game in the fourth quarter. It just seemed like he couldn't miss going inside. He was outmatched and outsized by Lance Hornbeck, but he went and attacked him almost every single opportunity, and he was so efficient.
Complete stat line, 7 for 11 from field goal. He was the only 0 for 3 from 3, but free throws, he was 8 for 14, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 steals. And here's what I think I like. Yeah, then the 3 turnovers and a complete 4 fouls.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, he played most of that fourth quarter with 4 fouls.
Yep.
And he was right here at this timeline to preserve that win and to not let Nate Moore with the ball. I mean, one more thing before we get off the air is I do want to give a shout out to Landon Northrup for breaking the Richland single season scoring record. What a great accomplishment that we can't get off the air without acknowledging.
Yeah.
And with that, I'm Nick Beckman for Maz and Ryland. We're going to step away and leave it for the next game. Up next, it's the Mount Si and Puyallup Vikings.
Good job, fellas.
Nice work, brother. Yep, get out of the way. I like that. Great call. God, I didn't write down any more great plays. I got